Hey everybody, Mike Door here, Bob. As some of you undoubtedly can figure out, if I'm making a video in the middle of Thursday afternoon, something went very wrong with the job opportunity that I was given. I got down there on Tuesday, spent the day in orientation, watching safety videos, things like that. And then Tuesday afternoon, had to take a driving test. I failed. After 10 years of driving truck, I failed a driving test. My downshifting wasn't as good as they wanted it to be. I'll admit my downshifting is a little sloppy. They spend almost all of their freight runs back and forth over the Rocky Mountains. And for safety reasons, it's important to be able to downshift on the Rocky Mountains because the mountains are too steep to use your brakes to slow down your truck because you'll burn out your brakes. So you use the engine, the engine brakes, it's called a Jake brake, and also you use your transmission to slow you down. And then the actual brakes, you use them as needed. So I failed the driver's test because my downshifting wasn't good enough. Then they said, okay, well you can take it again on Wednesday. So they send me back to the hotel to stay where I was going to stay the night for Tuesday night. I get a phone call at the hotel from the recruiter who says he doesn't want to give me a second driving test. I actually had to beg him on the phone, beg him to give me a second driving test. So he agreed, and Wednesday morning, bright and early, instead of doing more safety videos and things like that, we went out for a second driving test. And again, I failed the downshifting. I mean, I hit the downshifts. I was able to make the downshifts, but there was a few times where I missed the downshifting, where I missed a gear. I was grinding gears. It wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. So he says, okay, well, I can't hire you for a straight truck, for a stick, but we do have 3 trucks that have auto shift. That's more or less an automatic transmission in a semi-truck. And he said, we can put you in one of them and you can start work on Friday. I said, but we are not going to replace those trucks. So when it eventually breaks down, for good. I mean, they repair the trucks, but when all trucks eventually get to a point where you can't repair them anymore and they have to be replaced. And he said when the truck gets to that point, they won't be replacing it with another auto shift. They will be replacing it with a stick shift. So when the truck has to be replaced, I will once again have to take another driving test. And if I fail it, then I would lose my job. I said, okay, I can live with that. And at least I'd be working. And so drive the shop and the office where the safety you know, classes were, 2 different places. So it's about a 5-minute drive to get back to this office where the safety classes are. By the time I get there, the recruiter is waiting for me, and he says, bad news, the president of the company gave him a call and said, look, this guy failed 2 driving tests. I don't want to hire him, even with automatic transmission. So the recruiter basically shook my hand, said sorry, but he's got to do what his boss tells him to do, and I can't have a job. So here I am, sitting at home again, Wednesday afternoon, no job. 8 weeks or so, 6 or 7 weeks, I'm not sure exactly, I have to check, and my unemployment runs out. Which time I have no money whatsoever coming in. I can start the procedure for disability, but that doesn't happen overnight, and it would most likely take a couple of years before I ever got it, because that's the way it works. They pretty much automatically turn you down the first couple times you apply, just to weed out the people that are faking it. I know that I can drive. I just have to have, I can work, I can drive, I just have to have a 100% no-touch load job. Those are hard to come by. Even 1 day of loading a month would be, more than my back can handle. It has to be 100% no touch. And I found out the company that laid me off back in August, that I worked for 5.5 years, they are outright refusing to comply with the law and give out employee verification, that I was a driver for them for 5.5 years. They went out of business. They were bought out by another company. The old company technically no longer exists, although the same people work there. The same office people work there. They know damn well who I am. But they're refusing, absolutely refusing to give out employee verification records. Now, sure, I got a printout from Social Security office, but all it shows is that I work there. It doesn't say I was a truck driver. To get hired anywhere as a truck driver, I need proof that I've got experience driving trucks. And I can't prove I've been driving a truck for the last 5.5 years. Sure, I've been driving trucks for 10 years, but I cannot prove what I've been doing for the last 5.5 years, which makes it damn near impossible for me to get hired by anybody. It was an extremely lucky thing that this company that I spent the last day and a half messing around with, it was an extremely lucky thing that they even agreed to hire me to begin with. So no matter how you look at it, I'm screwed. But I know there's something out there waiting for me. I firmly believe that. That there's something out there waiting for me. So, till next time, may all your roads be smooth, chicken house is closed, may your pipe never run empty. God bless.